man. Shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation.
DBN Nation, of course. Support DBN Nation. You hearing it from Floyd Money Mayweather.
It's Terrence Crawford, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
This is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey.
If you know, you know. Now we all know it ain't no longer a secret. Josh Taylor is the best 140-pounder today, and he proved that by defeating Regis and winning the Ali Trophy in a tournament where we need more of it in the sport of boxing today, because that's what make the sport great, because it's a tournament, so the best gonna fight the best at the end of the tournament, right? Just like the NBA and the NFL. So that being said, Josh Taylor showed me a lot, defeating Regis in a close fight. He showed that he could box, he could bang, he's versatile, and he could adapt. And he's a very small fighter, and he fought a guy that hit very hard, and he fought him in the pockets. And I was very impressed by Josh Taylor. That being said, I would love to see Josh Taylor versus Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford was the last undisputed champion at 140. However, I do want to see Josh Taylor become undisputed at 140, even though we already know he's the best 140-pounder, period. If you thought you were the best, or you thought you could have won the tournament, then you should have joined the tournament. That being said, Josh Taylor wasn't even favored to win the tournament. When he first hopped into the tournament, he was really unknown, and out of nowhere he climbed the ladder and showed that he belongs at the pound for pound list, in my opinion. That being said, a fight that makes a lot of sense to me is Vasyl Lomachenko versus Josh Taylor, because we all know Josh Taylor is the best 140-pounder, and we all know Vasyl Lomachenko is arguably the best 135-pounder. So if Vasyl Lomachenko want to prove that he pound for pound number one, and he want to win another title at another weight division, because he claims he want to compete with a Manny Pacquiao, and he wants to be as great as a Manny Pacquiao, even though he turned down a fight with a 40 grandpa version of a Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was 40 years old when he offered a Lomachenko a fight, and Loma still turned that fight down. That being said, he also vacated his belt, the WBC belt, to avoid a Devin Haney. However, when it comes to Josh Taylor, I believe that will be a great fight, because Josh Taylor is a southpaw. He could fight in the inside. He showed that he could adapt, and he showed that he could fight multiple ways, and he comfortable in the pockets and boxing off the back foot and pressuring you. So like I said, he like water. He adapt, and he could become any shape he wants to be that fight night. Just like Bruce Lee said, if you put water on the floor, it becomes the floor. If you put it on a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put it on a bottle, it becomes the bottle. That's what Josh Taylor basically showed, that he a versatile fighter. So Lomachenko, if you want to prove he great, let's see you fight as Josh Taylor, because he stated that he want to go back to the UK since he can't sell in the States. So if that's the case, there's no bigger mega fight for him in the UK than a Josh Taylor. And even a legacy fight too. The best 135-pounder against the best 140-pounder. That's a huge fight right there. A pay-per-view fight that I would love to watch. And I believe Josh Taylor have the kryptonite to beat a Lomachenko. And let me explain. Josh Taylor is a southpaw, so we automatically know that Lomachenko can't even perform his favorite pivot move, where he pivots to the right and then takes an angle where he able to hit you and be in the safe zone where he's not going to be able to get hit back, or most likely he not, because obviously he's going to duck down and avoid the counter right? But against the southpaw, he can't perform that favorite move, because if he pivots to the right, he walking straight to the power punch, which is a straight left hand or a left hook from a southpaw position. That being said, Josh Taylor is all wrong for Lomachenko. However, if Lomachenko is truly the Matrix, prove it against a proven fighter in his prime like Josh Taylor. Keep in mind, he fought a small bitty Rigondeaux after he avoided Rigondeaux at 126. He turned down a fight with Rigondeaux at 126 because of the money issue or whatever. However, he accepted at 130. And Rigondeaux was inactive for 3 years at the time. And then he fought Walters after a year layoff or something like that. And when Walter had to move up in weight and fight at 130, now at 126. Keep in mind, when he was at 126, they tried to lowball Walters at the time. And they still lowballed him just like they lowballed Rigondeaux by paying him $400K. So I'm saying, let's see you fight a live opponent. Because Luke Campbell, yeah, he an Olympian and all that, but he lost to Linares. That's a guy Lomachenko already beat. He was ranked number 5 in the division. However, we want to see you against somebody who is the best at his division. Okay, it's fine. You don't want to fight a Terrence Crawford. You feel like Terrence Crawford going to take you to school. You feel like Terrence Crawford is too good. It's too confusing switching styles. Well, let me see you fight a Josh Taylor. And I'm telling y'all, Josh Taylor has the kryptonite to beat a Lomachenko because of the way he fights. He's tall. He gonna be able to outbox Lomachenko from the outside, landing power shots all night. And he could fight Lomachenko on the inside. Now, don't get me wrong. Vasyl Lomachenko will have his moments. However, I believe Josh Taylor is the bigger man and the better man, in my opinion. Because he has the size advantage and he's going to use his size very smartly to defeat a Vasyl Lomachenko. And he have the skill to back it up. You know, it's one thing to have the size and not have the skills. Josh Taylor has both. And he have the height and the reach advantage. Sound like trouble to me. And we all know Vasyl Lomachenko don't like to come close to trouble. You know, obviously, he's not a troublemaker. However, trouble does come his way. And I'm talking about Vasyl Lomachenko because everybody wants to smoke with him. Since everybody think he the pound for pound top 3 in the game. However, Vasyl Lomachenko is maneuvering, and even the WBC is helping him maneuver. However, like I said, if you want to prove that he great, you have a Josh Taylor fight. You already missed out on a Terrence Crawford opportunity, and you avoided that fight when Terrence Crawford called you out, stating, if you think you pound for pound number 1, come see me at 137. Lomachenko said absolutely not. He avoided the Salido rematch. Didn't want to give Salido the money he deserved. He also turned down a Manny Pacquiao fight at 40 years old. And the latest maneuver was him avoiding Devin Haney by getting the paper title, the French fries champion. I meant the franchise champion. I think French fries champion sound better to me. So that being said, we all know what time it is. If Lomachenko want to prove that he great, if he want to prove that he's not overhyped like Gennady Golovkin was, then don't do what Gennady Golovkin did, which is avoid a Lara, avoid an Andre Ward that could have elevated your career to prove yourself. However, he avoided them guys for a reason. It's because he didn't want to get exposed. Now, is that what Lomachenko, is that the message he's trying to send? Let that sink in. That being said, we're going to talk about this on Split Decision, so be on the lookout for the cookout. We back on the map, so check out my show Split Decision. Episode 5, I dropped it, and I host it every Monday, so be on the lookout for the cookout. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't listen to these casual fans. Follow Lunatoon Boxing for the funniest boxing memes, and follow me at Aki TV. All these links will be in the description box below, and click on the notification bell to get notified every time we go live and to be continue on the next episode of Aki TV. Thank you, and we out.